Well, it's day 2 of our journey. We're passing through Colorado right now, I think. We don't have service here, but someone had painted Utah and Colorado on the side of these little rock walls. So we think that may have been the border, and there's such drastic difference once you cross the border because the rock and the soil and everything get a lot more red. It's still gorgeous, it's just in a different way. There's little bits of snow here and there, but lots of these just huge rock faces to look at. We had breakfast this morning. The breakfast was fine, not best in the world, but hey, it was included in the price of the train ride, so that's pretty good. So sleeping last night was a little bit of a challenge. The beds are kind of narrow. We got a few winks in here and there. You can't really see much, unfortunately, because these windows are pretty tinted at night. If you turn all the lights off in the inside of the cabin, you can see the stars pretty well. So that was kind of cool. Even if you couldn't fall asleep, you've got stuff to look at. So thanks for joining us, and I'll keep you posted with more if we find anything. Okay, I touched it. That's enough snow for today. Yeah, gotta find a clean bit. So we're touring the snowy Rockies right now. There's no internet service for the next 3 hours. We've got some time to kill, but the conductor, I think, is a little too trigger happy with the announcement microphone because he keeps telling us like, hey, we're in eagle country now. Oh, now there's elk this way. And that's all fine and cool, but he also has these like legal announcements he has to make back to back, which is just kind of an interesting juxtaposition because he's like, so if you look to your left, you will find a herd of sheep, which are native to this area. And also keep in mind that if you don't keep your mask on, that is a federal offense and we may throw you out in the snow. And if you look to your right, you will see a herd of elk. We're honoring the code, of course. We have our masks and we're wearing them every time we leave the cabin, just like they ask us to. But he literally, on the last announcement, said that you don't necessarily have to be at a train stop to get kicked off. They can just wait until normal road crossing with the railroad track and they'll kick you off there, and then law enforcement will take you from there on out. So they're not playing, they're serious about it. But when you mix that with the we're entering eagle territory,
and
just
all the
kind
dad
of
jokes. What do you call a sheep that's late to work?
what?
Bighorn.
Bighorn, that was one of the better ones. A lot of the jokes aren't too good and they're fairly unpredictable, and that's the other thing. You can't turn these announcements off. There's a speaker in the shower room, there's a speaker in the bathroom, there's a speaker in here, so no matter what he says, you gotta hear it. At least the scenery's good.
Hello.
Welcome to my kitchen.
Can we get a house tour?
Oh yes. Well, here is the window. In case you forget, there's an emergency exit.
Perfect.
Louis sits here. I sit here. We have a coat hanger that we're using to hang our grocery bag. We have our outlet here. There's only one outlet for the whole cabin, but that's okay because we have MagSafe Duo and lightning, unfortunately. These lights come on and off for at night or when you're in the tunnel, which can be for a long time. And there's your AC, although it's not super warm. I guess it's warmer than it could have been. A food tray that opens up, but there's a dining car, so
You gonna show them?
it comes out like this. And they even built in their own little checkers board in here. Although we've never really used this because we have all our food in the other car, so not much makes it back here. We have 2 steps that Louise takes to reach her bed up top. So you just unlatch that and this bolts down into a bed. Yeah.
You could take off your mask since you're in our cabin.
True. My bed, you basically have to push these 2 things down and then the 2 seats slide together and fold flat. So the whole length of the room becomes mattress. There's storage underneath. There's
And the backpack's down there.
our backpacks, our shoes. There's a tiny, tiny closet that you can stuff just a little bit
There's
back
my
here.
coat.
It's like the tiniest one you can imagine.
There's our trash can right there.
There's a mirror, just barely. And if you step in, you can see there's just a little bit of privacy if we seal this off, latch it like that, and then these curtains stick with Velcro if you don't want anybody looking in on you. So this is our tiny little room. I would say it's what, about 7 feet this way?
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5 feet wide, and maybe
At least
6.5 feet tall. It's not a very big room, but I'm impressed by how well they optimize this space and make good use of it, and how large the window is. Despite the train, of course, not having Wi-Fi, this would be a great use case for Starlink. It's okay because I have not at any point felt like, man, I want to watch TV right now, or I want to watch some YouTube, because there's always something to look at. No matter where we are, there's just new places I've never seen before. There's wildlife, there's snow and deserts and plateaus and mountains, and it just all feels new all the time. That keeps it interesting. I have my eyes glued to the window. They have it all covered. I mean, probably the craziest thing, because we just took a shower, is that the drainage in the shower goes straight to the bottom of the train, as in it's just open down there. So while I was showering, I looked down the train and you can just see the snow in the track right beneath me. So I guess that's where all the water goes. But a pretty amazing first impression for my first time going cross country on Amtrak. I'm enjoying it. The food is, I'd give it a solid 3 out of 5 star. It's usually pretty tasty, pretty tender. Little bit, what's the term? Microwavy kind of feeling, where it feels like it was just kind of reheated stuff.
the grilled cheese today was really good.
Oh yes, the grilled cheese was fantastic, as was the steak and salmon. Burger was pretty moderate, but overall, love the sweet potato chips, which we've never tried before. Those are pretty good. I'm excited to reach Chicago and eventually New York. Hopefully we have some time to spend in Chicago, because I've only had layovers there so far. Look at this mountain. Oh my goodness. It's huge.
Take a look on the left, folks. Got some more wildlife.
Oh, apparently on the left.
See it?
I don't see it. What wildlife? Oh, you see him?
Oh.
Oh, wow. This
Now,
must
this
be
is elk country.
Uh-huh.
So keep your eyes open. If you'd like to see
Are you
some
answering him?
elk and
We saw some elk. Unscheduled cameo of an elk family. How cool is that?
Okay, Drew's gonna show us how to make the bed. Comfortable?
It started to snow, huh?
Yeah, you can barely see out now.
We're in the blizzard. Hopefully we get stuck.
Oh, is that elk?
You're one passenger left because they could not process the space.
Wow.
Hi, Dad.
I'm the most well-prepared person to be in the snow. That's an idiot.
All right, Drew has snow on his hair.
That was
Walking
honestly
backwards.
awesome. Not as cold as I thought.
It's very snowy outside. Okay, it's melted.
Well, it's getting dark now, so I figured I should vlog this before the sun is completely gone. But we're kind of in the middle of a blizzard. The train is still moving, obviously. There's a lot of chit-chat about whether or not we're going to get delayed, or if the snow is going to be too heavy. I think we should be fine, but I think we're already a little bit behind schedule. We actually just got through this huge tunnel that's like 13 miles long that goes straight through the heart of this mountain. So it was dark for a really, really long time, and then obviously once we came out the other end, it's just an insane amount of snow and it's getting dark fast. But we still have dinner reservations for 6:30, so even if we get stranded, I mean, we've got our beds, we've got food, we'll be all right. In fact, we even packed some extras. This was produce that was gonna go bad if we didn't take it with us anyway. So that's why we've got apples and bananas with us. It's kind of like scary, but exciting at the same time. So, well, there's trailers and stuff out here, so it must not be that bad, right? Right?